Shadow Staraptor commits that final shield. The opponent attempts to catch a close combat. They're unsuccessful. Sunny farms up 5 wing attacks, fires off the Brave Bird. Brave Bird vanquishes Gliscor back to its Pokeball. Surely the opponent doesn't bring back the Walrus, because when shields are down, Shadow Staraptor absolutely goes to town. So, welcome back to the channel. Today, if this was Arnix's channel, we'd be seeing a lot of booms. If this was Oxford U's channel, we'd see a lot of bangs. However, as you're on the home of Shadow Pokemon, you're going to see a lot of things get absolutely wrecked. Huge shout out to Sunnycheese, who is showcasing Shadow Staraptor. It's one of my favourite Pokemon, and I've been fortunate enough to showcase it in the Master League, the Great League, and now here we are in the Ultra League. Without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the carnage. And in Game 1, we lead Shadow Swampert into Galvantula. We've got double flyers in the back, so we really need to maintain alignment. Sunny farms up some energy. He's going to tank the Sacred Sword on Swampert. It doesn't do too much damage. We now pivot out into Pidgeot. Luckily for us, this Steel type is a sub-fighter, so that all the flying type damage will hit. For neutral, Sunny commits a shield. The opponent fires off the Sacred Sword. Sunny now over farming and looking to fire off the Feather Dance. Feather Dance does have a 2-stage attack debuff, so the opponent now is going to be unable to one-shot us with the Stone Edge. The opponent farms up to a Stone Edge and Pidgeot tanks that fairly well. Sunny now over farming, going to fire off the Brave Bird, looking for the knockout. Brave Bird goes unshielded, and there's the first big boom landed in game number 1. The opponent is going to come in to Galvantula. They will get the farm down, but not before Pidgeot makes one more charge move. Does the opponent fear a potential Brave Bird? Yes, they do. So Galvantula now 2-stage debuff. We come back into Swampert, fire one Mud Shot and the Hydro Cannon. Galvantula now all shields down. Sunny instantly clicks the no shield, knowing this double debuff lunge isn't going to knock out. He banks a Hydro Cannon, pivots out into Staraptor. Staraptor gonna have to respect a potential discharge, as that would definitely be one-shotting our Squishy Bird. The opponent is not baiting. They full send its Giratina in the back. I was going to say would be in huge trouble if they're on Ancient Power, but they throw after just 5 Shadow Claws, so perhaps they're on Shadow Sneak. Sunny now over farms, fires off the Brave Bird. It does huge damage. Holy smokes. Giratina, usually pretty thick, but nothing looks that thick when it's at the mercy of Staraptor. Double resisted close combat takes care of the low health Giratina. We've got the Hydro Cannon locked and loaded, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Very nicely done there from Sunny. Moving into battle number 2, we see Shadow Swampert into Pidgeot. Pidgeot, super annoying. However, I can't really comment, as we're also using Pidgeot. Sunny farms up 2-7, throws the Hydro Cannon on a CMP tie to a potential Brave Bird. I'm an avid Swampert user. Sunny calls the bait, and I'd put my mortgage in saying this opponent is a master baiter. We call the bait, pivot out into Staraptor. The opponent stays in, look to catch a double resisted close combat on Jellicent. Sunny far too smart for that. He shows great discipline, then returns fire with the Brave Bird. Jellicent doesn't shield. They near get one shot. Holy crap. Shadow Staraptor making these Ultra League XL Pokemon look super squishy. We then shield up the Surf, commit to the wing attack, farm down. Back up comes Pidgeot. They only farmed up 6 wing attacks before exiting. This can only be a Feather Dance, but Sunny has lowered his own defense after YOLOing the bird at that Jellicent, so we do commit the final shield. We then return fire with another Brave Bird. That draws the final shield. However, our Pidgeot is about to eat a Brave Bird to the face. Brave Bird doesn't knock out, so the opponent actually goes for a Feather Dance. I think that's a huge misplay. Sunny now over farms, fires off on CMP. Brave Bird has been 2-stage debuff, but it still secures the knockout. That final Pokemon is Scrafty, and this is going to be game over. We fire off the Feather Dance, lowering Scrafty's attack. They now have to throw a charge move. The opponent is going to fire off the Foul Play. Foul Play will be taking care of Pidgeot, but we're almost at the close combat. We come in, 1 wing attack, and it's going to be high Scrafty, bye Scrafty, get fucking wrecked. Moving on to the next one. We lead Swampert into Jellicent. We've got 2 normal types in the back, so we see an instant pivot into Staraptor. The opponent is staying in. They bank a boatload of energy, send out Empoleon, and holy smokes, this Penguin is going to have to commit both shields to maintain alignment. The opponent just completely sacks the Penguin. Holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. Staraptor still absolutely loaded. Back out comes Jellicent, and we're firing off the Brave Bird. Brave Bird surely draws a shield. It does not. Staraptor running through this opponent's team. And then they just top left. I don't know what to say, other than moving swiftly on. We lead Shadow Swampert into Tapu Fini. Again, we see the pivot into Staraptor. Staraptor is going to respect the surf. We're super glassy. Staraptor doesn't really tank anything particularly well. They then pivot out into Drapion. And again, we're YOLOing the bird. Does this opponent respect it? They do not. Holy crap. Another boom. Sunny now going to commit the final shield on the crunch. Back out comes Tapu Fini, and surely now we're going to draw a shield. We are down 2 shields, but Staraptor should get one back with the Brave Bird, which we do. Sunny now sends out Pidgeot. Pidgeot has reasonable bulk, I suppose, compared to our other 2 Pokemon, so it's the best damage sponge. We absorb the Moonblast. Sunny over farming, and again he's YOLOing the Brave Bird. Does the opponent respect the damage? They do not. We see another huge boom, and it's Charizard in the back. They might still have 1 Protect Shield, but this is going to be game over. Sunny over farming towards the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. The opponent commits that final shield. However, this is not going to one-shot. Swampert will outpace to the next charge move, and that is going to be all she wrote. It's going to be high Charizard, bye Charizard. Swampert wanting to get in on that boom action. My God, I've never seen Ultra League matches go this quickly. Moving on to the next battle, we see a Walrus in the lead. I'm pretty sure Walrein beats all 3 of our Pokemon. Sunny over farms, looking to bait this Walrus, and Walrus craps his pants and puts up a Protect Shield. The opponent has enough for an Earthquake, and Sunny calls the Icicle Sphere bait. The opponent just throws an Icicle Sphere. They then throw back-to-back. Swampert has the Earthquake. If we survive, come on Swampert. Swampert, hold strong. We've got the Earthquake locked and loaded. This is either going to do huge damage or draw the final shield. The opponent is all shields down, and Staraptor's about to go to town. We can easily shield this move up. Sunny's just got to be mindful of a potential catch. The opponent goes for a catch. Sunny shows great discipline, then throws 5 wing attacks, and the Brave Bird Shadow Gliscor about to get vanquished. Back to their Pokeball. Another huge boom from Staraptor. What does the opponent want to come back in with? Surely they don't send back out that Walrus. Oh dear. It's going to be high Walrein, bye Walrein. Staraptor absolutely going off. It's Trevenant in the back. Pidgeot absolutely walls it, and the opponent thinks, fuck my life, and quickly run for the hills. Moving on to the next one. Great lead. Swampert into Nidoqueen. The opponent instantly retreats into a Walrus, and Walrus is a problem. The opponent goes straight for an Icicle Sphere. Sunny instantly clicks no shield. He then over farms, and he's been practicing his master baiting as we're going for a Hydro Cannon. Do we bait this big fat Walrus? Yes, we do. The opponent commits a shield. Again, this is only an Icicle Sphere. We know Swampert will survive. Can we get to the Earthquake? Yes, we can on 1 HP and a Dream. I normally say no baits on this channel, but Sunny putting up a very good argument for all you master baiters out there. Sunny sends out a 2-shielded Staraptor. We're going to commit the first Protect Shield on an Icicle Sphere. We're then going to commit to the Wing Attack farm down. We've got a Brave Bird locked and loaded. Back out comes Nidoqueen. We farm up a boatload of energy. Fire off the Brave Bird. Does Nidoqueen respect it? Yes, they do. Staraptor running out of HP, so Sunny banks a close combat, pivots out into Pidgeot to absorb the energy, but the opponent's on Stone Edge. We take a huge boom. The opponent farms up energy and sends out Trevenant. Trevenant about to be straight in and straight out. Get wrecked, you pesky tree. Nidoqueen commits to the Poison Jab farm down. We've still got a Protect Shield, so the only win con for the opponent is the Poison Jab farm down, but Staraptor says, I've got you team, and we land another huge boom to take another dub. Moving on to the next one. We see another Walrus in the lead. We know Sunny likes to go for the bait. I never personally bait a Walrus, and to be honest, they all shield, so perhaps I should learn from Sunny. Sunny over farms, fires off the bait. Come on Walrus, you know you want to shield, and another Walrus craps his pants, putting up a Protect Shield. We've seen this matchup play out numerous times. In the video, we tank the second Icicle Sphere, make the Earthquake. This is either going to do huge damage or force the final shield. The opponent lets it go. We come into Staraptor, looking for the farm down. We are going to have to give that shield back, but you already know that Staraptor with a 1-to-1 shield is sitting in a prime spot. The opponent sends out Charizard. We fire off the Brave Bird on a CMP tie to the Dragon Claw. The opponent lets it go. They get nuked. Back out comes the Walrus. That gets farmed down. And that final Pokemon is Swampert. Sunny over farms. Fires off the close combat. Close combat draws the final Protect Shield. Can we make the Brave Bird? It looks like we're going to get farmed down. Sunny settles for a close combat. But close combat still vanquishes the opponent. And I don't know what to say. That is a very, very impressive Staraptor sweep. Oh man, I'm in absolute shambles in this shoutcast. Moving on to the next battle, we see another Walrus. We go for another bait. Do we land the bait? The opponent calls it. The first opponent to not respect Shadow Swampert. Sunny likewise isn't going to respect this, and the opponent also goes for a bait. The big fat Walrus going to throw the second Icicle Sphere. Swampert is going to make the Earthquake, and to be honest, we really hope the opponent doesn't shield, as this Walrus is really healthy. The opponent does commit a shield. Sunny sends out Staraptor. I've got no idea how he's going to get rid of this big fat Walrus. We are going to have to respect the Icicle Sphere. Sunny continuing to overfarm. The opponent attempts to catch on Blaziken. Sunny goes for the close combat Blaziken, not the bulkiest. The opponent lets it go. Another Pokemon straight in and straight out. If the opponent returns with the Walrus, we'll make the close combat. They send out Charizard. Charizard is almost at full health. We throw the Brave Bird. They get one shot. Oh my days. This is crazy. We can now send out Pidgeot. We're going to shield the first move. Sunny looking to debuff Walrein before the next Icicle Sphere. We throw the Feather Dance on CMP. Walrein going to commit that final shield. However, this Icicle Sphere is now 2-stage debuff. Pidgeot is going to get outpaced to the next one. Do we survive 2? Holy smokes, this is going to be close. Moment of truth time. Come on, Pidgeot. In Pidgeot, I believe we get taken out. Can we wing attack down with Staraptor? Yes, we can. Staraptor survives on 1 HP and a dream. And we beat another Walrus. Moving on to the next one. Swampert into the Jellyfish. We see an instant pivot into Staraptor. And the opponent sends out Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen obviously wants to avoid Swampert, so I highly doubt this opponent shields. Come on, Nidoqueen. Eat a Brave Bird to the face. Sunny overfarms. Sends the Brave Bird. The opponent lets it go. They get boomed. We've now got the correct alignment. We can send out our Pidgeot to face the Jellicent. The opponent's final Pokemon is Scrafty, so I imagine we're just going to send out Swampert. Look to get some shields off this Scrafty, and this should be good to go. The opponent fires off the power-up punch, ramping up their attack. Sunny going to start unleashing Hydro Cannon after Hydro Cannon. Scrafty with 2 Protect Shields doesn't shield the first, so Swampert says, have another one. I imagine the opponent is going to finally commit a shield, which they do. They're going to return fire with a charge move. They need to throw the foul play to take us out, and they do full send the foul play. Pidgeot now comes in, the wing attacks tearing through this Scrafty. The opponent reaches what could be a boosted foul play. This an easy shield for Sunny. The opponent does send it, and now they send out a Hex Jellicent. Mr. Opponent, you know that icon in the top left corner? That is what you should be looking for. The opponent wants to play it out. I suppose I respect that, but if I'm honest, I want to get back to seeing Staraptor boom absolutely anything. Sunny fires off another Feather Dance. Jellicent now maximum debuffed. Both Sunny and the opponent still hanging on to 1 Protect Shield apiece. This Surf is 4-stage debuffed, and it's going to do pretty much nothing. Sunny now continues to overfarm. Are we finally going to see their Brave Bird? Yes, we are. Is Jellicent going to call another Feather Dance? They don't use their shield. Scrafty on 1 HP is just going to concede. So, moral of the story, please top left if you're Jellicent and the opponent has a Pidgeot. Moving on to the next one. We lead Swampert into the pesky Spider, and this is exactly where you want to see the Spider, as our back 2 Pokemon really aren't going to appreciate the Volt Switches. Sunny fires off the Hydro Cannon. The opponent farms up to what could be an Energy Ball. Is Sunny going to respect it? He is not, and the opponent just throws a lunge. Great call from Sunny. The opponent then sends out Jellicent, and we're back in this really annoying Pidgeot Jellicent matchup. The opponent fires a charge move after just 4 hexes. If I was the Jellicent, not that I've ever used Jellicent, I'd at least build up to a potential Ice Beam, as Pidgeot users love to shield and then debuff you, so at least you could attempt to force a shield in a pretty dreadful matchup. The opponent doesn't do that. They eat the Feather Dance. Pidgeot doesn't quite hit as hard as Staraptor, however, with all this additional wing attack damage, they're pretty much in Brave Bird range. So Sunny now gonna YOLO the bird. Is the opponent gonna be looking to shield up this Jellicent? They are not. Sunny actually undercharges, and holy smokes, what a beauty. We get a perfect farm down. Back out comes Galvantula, and Sunny's gonna YOLO the bird at it. The opponent commits that final Protect Shield, and then comes in to Swan, but we've got the Earthquake, which would knock out. He goes for a Hydro Cannon, so perhaps he's looking to wing attack down Galvantula. Do we shield this up? We actually do shield this up, so perhaps he's looking for the Mud Shot farm down. The opponent comes in to Mandibuzz, and this is where Staraptor's power is really going to be put to the test. Mandibuzz, essentially an Umbreon with wings. How much damage does Brave Bird do, Sunny? Over farming. Mandibuzz makes another charge move, so Sunny is going to commit his final Protect Shield. Do we go for the Brave Bird or double close combat? It looks like he's going for the Brave Bird. Does this one shot? It does not, so we fire one more wing attack and the close combat. Galvantula is super low. I think one Volt Switch will probably take us out. However, one wing attack takes them out, so we win the game. Very, very nicely done. Wow. What an incredible showcase. Huge shout out to Sunnycheese for the battle submission. I've been at this YouTube grind for about 18 months now, and that is the most booms and nukes I've ever seen. So hats off to you, trainer. So enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on the channel. Link to my battle submission form is down below. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.